In the previous video, we've added a comment section to Crypto.js blog. Today, we're going to be actually fixing bugs, and we're hopefully going to add a counter as well. Counter of how many comments were posted on the blog. Let me go up and open up the latest blog post. All right, so we did this, and you can see that there's a little bit like cut off for a second, which you can tell that was an ideal experience there. And so probably I'll try to fix that kind of loading process and maybe add something that shows comments are loading. And another thing that I wanted to do today is to add, here we have this like navigation bar, we have conclusion. Right under this link, I want to add comments and the number of comments that actually been posted so far. Hopefully I'll be able to do it in under 30 minutes. It's going to be very fast. Buckle up. By the way, I'm Roman, founder of Crypto.js, and I've been building the site for past 4 years. Now I have a small team as well, but from time to time, I also love going back and shipping some code. Let's go. Let's go. First of all, let's switch back to bright mode, dark mode. It's pretty hard to work with it when I want to understand why that area is being cut off. Okay, my eyes are already bleeding. What am I doing to myself? Why this area is loading and reloading? Why the stars are being cut off? And another problem is that every time I scroll, comments disappear. So I think their problem is somewhere with lazy loading. Comments, lazy load. Unmount if invisible. Interesting. So I think we want to remove unmount if invisible. And I think there was some property for React lazy load that allows us to load it once is component is loaded, lazy load will not care about it anymore. So that's set to true. You can if you're concerned about improving performance. So I think this is what we want once, right? So once I loaded once. Is there a placeholder? Special component mount placeholder. Lazy component is loading. Failed because the initial UI does not match what renderer server. Maybe this is why. Problems. We're facing difficulties. Interesting. So what we're doing here is we're doing both. We're lazy loading disqus and we are lazy loading. Sorry, we're doing two things. So this lazy loading is actually, it's all about lazy loading the actual React component in the DOM, versus dynamic is all about decoupling the what's the right word? Decoupling? No, not decoupling. Splitting the actual JavaScript code in a separate bundle, so that it doesn't ship with the initial bundle on the first page load. Where are all this? Try to claim next height. This is not good. Anyway, let me try and fix this stuff up. Blog slug. Comments. Yeah, so what I would do... do we have anything dynamic here? We do. What are we already making? Rate this component, SSR false. And these SSR, I see the problem. So this dynamic is not SSR false. So what I would probably do, I would component type. Why lazy load this if we can dynamically load this? So let's do this. Wow, whatever this is. Disqus React format. Okay. So now Wow, things are getting worse. This neighborhood is. I would probably want to dynamically load the entire comment thing, right? So here are the comments. And const comments. Boom. I love the Copilot. Scrolling. Aha. See? It's being cut off. Why is it being cut off? No one knows. Because it's a lazy loading wrap that is cutting things off. How can we fix this? Well, first of all, let's see if I would like to remove lazy loading completely and do something like this. How is this discuss thread? Why is this? Oh, wow. This is fascinating. I wonder how is, CSS. Who doesn't like CSS, right? I think this is what's causing on overflow, right? Background. So this is what is causing this overflow. So again, I'm multitasking here. So I both trying to fix the JavaScript of it as well as the CSS. All right. So let's say this thing will start loading. I think 10 a.m. is kind of a lot. So this loaded right away. And of course we want to do, what do we want to do? We want to do dynamic, right? So we made this dynamic, right? This post. These are all SSR, format. And I think the key, one of the important things to understand is how will this change affect the build size? Because the build size is actually quite important for site performance and for how Google treats your blog, your site. Be the first to comment. Yeah, I have mixed feelings about Disqus. I hope there was some other platform that could replace Disqus. That'd be great. Okay, let's assume that this thing is completed. Okay, next dynamic placeholder. Is there a placeholder? Dynamic import. There is. No. Okay. What we want to do though is also perhaps wrap it into comments div. Let's see if this will work. Well, currently it doesn't take ID. Does it take ID like this? No, this is not sufficient. I think what we want to do here, what I want to do here is div ID comments. Certainly watching people code is not as fun as watching Mr. Beast giving out millions of dollars, but if you learn how to code, you might as well make yourself millions of dollars someday. Comments. Okay, so let's assume it's working. Oh, right. I think in dark mode, white mode. Let's see. Whoa, hydration issues. Classic. This works. Best, newest, oldest. Okay, this is a good start. The stash should get a branch future comments improvements, blog page improvements. Do you see? Whoa. Okay. Is this what I wrote? Yeah. Cool. And now we pop. Oh. Fuck. What did I write? Blog comments. This is what happens when you don't delete local branches after a while. And now I need to figure out where did I mess up. Lazy load upstream comments. Wow, stage changes. So we removed this, right? We removed all this. Dynamic lazy load. Maybe this is not the smartest thing to do, but oh well. Okay, let's see. This should go through a bunch of tests. This should go through a bunch of tests. Okay, here we go. It's done. And now, what did I want to do now? I think it's always... Did you just screw up a bunch of stuff? Oh, okay. No, it's all good. I think it's all good at least. It does look okay in mobile. Yeah, it looks... Well, it's not mobile. Yeah, okay, it's fine. Okay, so now we want to add a link here so that we can show comments and like clearly navigate to comments, right? So first of all, what I want to figure out is find a place where these the comment section is actually the table of content component is located. So contents, table of content. So this is a component. How convenient. It's component right here. So what we want to do is scroll link, table of content. What does this component do? Oh, right. I think it makes things recursive, no? Yeah. Smart. Smart, very nice. OL. So this is ordered list and it's recursive. And what you want to do is in the okay, let's try. Let's try to do the following thing. So I just copy this. I place it here. And now we want to remove table of contents. Table of contents. And here what we want to do is active slug. So here we want to have comments. Key, we don't need key here, right? So so here we need to do something like this, because we already have an ID comments in the body, right? If you remember from earlier, active slug, we have it t slug. Okay, let's see if this is gonna work high level. Okay, we have comment section here, but we also have comments here, which is not acceptable. And we have concept here because it's all being recursively reused. Children, active slug. We need to ensure that this is like top level somehow. Maybe I can pass to this function, to this table of contents. Let's see. How initiating it, sanitize, active slug. Oh, I'm yawning. This is crazy. I'm yawning, ladies and gentlemen. Where am I? There we go. Okay. So the challenge right now is we have a comments link in the table of description, but because our table component is recursive, it appears on multiple levels. So we have comments here, we have comments here, here, and here. We want to have it only at the root at the very top. Which, does it work? Oh, it doesn't work. A scroll link. Whoops. How do we do this? So one approach is to pass like is root, and then make it is root boolean, and then in every recursive is root false, and then here in the comments we can do we can render it only if it's a root of this recursive function. Will this work? Surprisingly, I think, oh, it does. No, it didn't work because we're not passing is root in the comments, in the initial component. So ideally, if we pass here is root, oh, no, table of content. There we go. So this is enough, and this should work. See, comments showed up. But now the problem is, I think that this doesn't belong here because we. Why does it belong here? Because this implementation is not. It shouldn't care about existence of. So here, what we want to do, we want to set this to true by default, and then set this to false everywhere else. So here, see, it works. It comments here. Okay, now now the two things we want to do here is that we want to add a number of comments that currently been posted. That's one. And two, we want to make sure that it's actually clickable. Well, actually probably number one, we want to make sure that it's actually clickable and it scrolls to the bottom, because everything else scrolls. This doesn't scroll. How do we do this? Comments. Well, if we see everywhere here, maybe there is a secret there. Link. Okay, no information about where this link leads. Let's see how scroll, link scroll, react scroll. Let's see how this is implemented. Basic key down container with hash with overflow code. Interesting. Wow, this is some old JavaScript. So it's painful to look at this. It's so out of date. Wow, all of these examples are written in some like prehistoric React style. Sorry, no offense to everyone. If the founder of this library is watching it, please don't cancel me. Spy. What does spy do? Smooth, true, offset, 50 duration on set active, delay, link, active class active. Why am I yawning so much today? Am I so bored of doing this? Spy. Make link selected when scroll is a targeted. We're already doing this, right? Spy. Are we spying? Yeah, we are spying. Dynamic, set active, scroll link, comments, duration, dynamic. Oh. I feel like I'm an idiot. Instead of doing this, what I should have done is I should have just passed where's table of content. I should have passed one more element in sanitized TOC instead of changing the object. So what it should happen is basically in the end. How to do this? So TOC for each. This is all within where? This is this part of use memo? Okay. So TOC is table of content. Let's see how this looks. Content slug level I. And scene. Okay. Use state, active state, sanitize TOC. I think ideally this whole thing should be like a component by itself. Active. Where's this ref coming from? For children. What is going on here? TOC, I think, is table of content. Minimal level, TOC reduced, TOC for each. Table of content, I suppose, and I. Why is I not used? Because I is an index, and this is T level. What's the minimal level? I wonder if this will still work if I do something like this. Should it still work? Oh, but then the problem is that it might be harder to get the number of comments dynamically. But it's okay. We'll figure that out. Some serious label content, slug, children, slug. How are we generating slug? Canonical. I wonder if this will work if I'll do this. So ref. We're not returning in this t. What do we do? What are we doing with t? Ref, let ref. And we're returning ret. And ret is coming from where? Comments. Let's see if this will work. Okay, it worked. It worked. So now we don't have to actually, we don't have to do this. So now I can remove this. This was not a great idea. Oh, I mean, it was alright. And root, we can save this document and still will have comments. And see, and the problem is that they still don't work. And why they do not work is TOC. Let's see what are we actually pushing. What is this slug? I feel like I'm not generating slug correctly. So let's console log it. So the slug is the complete. No, actually. So let's see, slug. Is this conclusion? Okay. So yeah, I don't need to do, okay, it's working. So now we are showing comments link at the bottom. And then what we are also doing, we are scrolling all the way to the comments. I think I wanna make sure that, I wonder if I can edit this a little bit more so I can keep the, what do you think about the post? Slug, how do I do this? Link, scroll. So I think I can pass a custom. So I think there was an offset somewhere offset scroll additional px like padding. So we don't have any offset right now by default. So what we can do is we could do. So this is class name. Dynamic spy has spy. I would refactor it just a little bit, spy, so they all next to each other. Duration, offset. I would do t offset, otherwise 0. And currently we don't have any offset coming up here, and this is because, well, we just don't have it. We just don't have it. Push. Where are we pushing stuff? It's been a long day for me, so it's like late and I'm pretty tired. So I'm trying to let me try to survive through this. Offset, let's say 50. And of course, this will complain because the type la 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 la. types are not number. Okay, so now it should be working, or at least the interface. So now what I can do is on comments, there we go, I can do offsets, like a negative offset, like for example 100. There we go, this is working. So minus 110, minus 110. There we go, beautiful, beautiful. See, it scrolls, it shows up the rating component. Another rating component, which I think this section I will remove by going to discuss comments. Sorry, discuss settings. But I think I achieved the main thing, comments. Okay, another thing, I would want to leave it to the intro. I wonder, do we have a content? H1 item prop. Do we have an ID? No. Another thing, I wanted to add like beginning of the article, so it's easy to navigate back to the very start. And for this, I think we can do something like intro, and then maybe there is a way to like scroll it to the very top of the page. I wonder if this will work. I suspect it might not. And then let's see, intro. It didn't work because there is no tag. How can we do it? No idea. At least one way to do this is when we're doing H1, give H1 an ID. What did I write? Into. Jesus. There we go. So now when I click places, and then when I click on intro, it goes very to the top. Intro. I'm not sure if I should. Maybe the article should be the intro. Okay. So let's see. Where's the title? We do have a title here. So label can be something like this. Boom. So maybe I should go to some other blog post and compare it. Get richer by marketing. Get richer by marketing. Get richer by building. Okay, so this is H1. Maybe I should like intro. I'm not sure this is a good approach. Comments. I have a feeling that we should add like an emoji here with comments. Let's see, scrolling to the bottom. Bubble. Oh, why? There we go. Yeah, maybe. Conclusion. I wonder if I should put comments like sort of the emoji at the front or at the back. Comments. Yeah, I think at the back also works. Kind of a little bit different from the rest of the emojis, but I don't know. it's key to keep things consistent. Okay. Okay, let's see what we have done. Oops, I think you guys cannot see what we have done, but here we can. Okay, we added offset. We moved around spy element, which is, I think a lot of people would say that this is not a good approach. We should not move things around too much. And I think this thing, set active slug, I have a feeling I think this could be done like this. Yes, still working. Or we could be something like this, so that it's more explicit, so we know what's happening. This is a 2. It's it should be a string. Is it a string? I bet this is a string. So we know what's happening here. I'm still not sure whether this should be an intro or should be the actual title. Title. Let's try again. Intro. Maybe we should do introduction. The way I write long words is I Google them so that Google can autocomplete introduction. Yeah. I think this is starting to come pretty well. Come together. Maybe we could do this so that in future I can look up and see if there are so many good ideas there. Looking good, looking at the diff. Yeah, looks good. Okay, so I'll comment this, adding comments link to the table of content. Commit added comments link to the table of content in the blog. Okay, and next up, what we want to do is we want to set a counter. Count. So the problem with this is that the comment count is actually it's a component. It's a React component. It's not like a value that I can extract from disqus. But I wonder if I can just use some like sort of memo, or I can use some like abstraction to turn it into just a variable, into like variable value instead of full React object. Comments count. How is it implemented? So oh wow, they're importing an entire script. Instance, and then this script, what does it do? Oh, and then I guess this script is the actual thing that fetches sorry, hold up. This script probably will look up this component in the DOM, and then we'll make a call to disqus API to fill up this information. Not pretty, not what we're looking for. I guess like the next step is to figure to reverse engineer how this is exactly fetched. Short name disqus. Do we have a short name? I think we have a short name. Pum. So so this is what what we are fetching, and then let's see what this thing does. Format, beautiful. Okay, we're fetching this thing. This thing is fetching count data.js, comment count. Trying to understand what does this obfuscated piece of code actually, what does it do? Well, definitely looks up some elements in the DOM, but what I'm really interested in is where does it make an API call to fetch the number of comments, so we can do that ourselves. I have a feeling that this is the URL count data.js e-domain forum. See, e-domain is disqus.com. So this is API URL, let's assume. Let's refactor this. And then C join. What is C? What is the declaration of C? Encode element. Encode URL component. Why just not C? Do we call C somewhere? I see. And then we have C somewhere else used. Good thing about VS Code is that can actually, like, you can refactor things. Once you start understanding what's going on, you can kind of like refactor your way. Can I change this to TypeScript? TypeScript will show me a bunch of errors. No, this looks oh well, let's revert it back to, for now, just to JavaScript. Get count. Oh, okay, here we go. So we have a get count thing, which what does it do? This var c we can do const. Let's do some more refactoring. It code URI component. I would actually do this and just kill it completely. No, this is weird. Okay, this is way too. What happens here? src plus equals protocol. So this is for sure protocol forum disqus short name. So this is actually our short name. Okay, anyway, so I suspect that what this would look like is something like API URL exactly. HTTPS disqus. No. Crypto jobs list disqus.com. Okay. Domain, and then count.js. Okay, and then at the end of it, so this is this and this. Whoop. This will get appended with C join. These C is going to be the parameters. And what parameters are we adding here? Wow, this is kind of sophisticated. Slice. D. What is D? So I suspect this is the response is this, the parsed response text b equals b display count get count. First we're doing get count, and then display count happens somewhere, I suppose. No, not in this. Maybe it is being called by external function. But okay, no, actually, you know, let's just try and make the request to here. 0 var discus widgets. I see. What if we like did forum protocol API. Actually, you know what? I should probably just make a URL. No, not path. You identifier URL. Maybe URL. Didn't help. Maybe we can do identifier. Didn't help much either. I wonder if we're gonna open up the networking part, and in the networking we're gonna load up comments and see what's gonna happen. Get unread. What is this? Discuss. Get unread count. Actually, instead of trying to, how about we do the following? Discuss count. Config URL identifier title, right? Short name example. So this is what we're gonna just do here. Discuss embed, you know, comment count, and then I'll comments placeholder text. Comment count, I'll add it right under here, and then this is pretty much all the same. This is all the same information. That's for, whoa, what did I? Okay, format. Okay, so now we can hide discussion embed, and instead, see, it's gonna show 0. No, it still shows. Okay, so it gives us back a number, right? So this is the number. SP count identifier, discuss. Okay, so it loads from somewhere, right? So the way we want to have, let's see. Let's just refresh the page to see what's going to happen there. Let's clear this up. Okay, soon we're going to make a call to the API. Where is it? So we did make a call to the API. The question is, in which iframe was this made? Pum 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 pum. Maybe it was not even Ajax request. What you want to do is this. How did we load up this? Collect all these different elements. There was a way to, wasn't there a way to like request all? Data discuss URL. So we're definitely making requests to this somewhere. Okie dokie. So I just realized that I think the response from this count data.js is actually like JavaScript that they will going to do an eval on, and then display count will be triggered to show the actual number of count on the specific on the requested URL. But it's not very clear what are the what's that network call that is going to happen here. Let's see. Oh, here we go. See, so this is the output. The actual value is comment 0, so we can parse this. And this is the parameter that we are being sending blog how to become. So yeah, this is the URL. This is the request blog. What is it? Blog equals. So if I'll send, let's compare it to incorrectly formed. So this is a correctly formed request to discuss, and this is incorrectly formed. So basically we need to make a curl request to this and then parse this information out like comments. That's an approach, which is what are we gonna do? Maybe we'll abstract this out into this function. Or is that function? Second. Number. Oh, wow. No, this is not exactly what we wanted to export async function a const URL. So this part is how to become manager. I think this is the slug. Let's copy this out. Yeah, path. And so we definitely want to have a path here. And so then what do we want to do? Fetch text return data. No. So here is a little bit of a maybe we want to do short. What is the name of it? Short name. Short name equals crypto job. Okay, so just for the sake of it, so it's like there's some flexibility there. We assume that it's blog, but maybe it's not the right identifier. Comment count, identifier, path, comments. Oh, this is the path up plus blog. I see. I see. So, okay, fine. Promise, let's just return a 0 for now. And then we need to figure out how to parse out. So assuming this is the common output that we're constantly going to be getting, I would just take this text, response, JSON candidate, and what I would do next is replace. Wow, this is Copilot, so this is pretty impressive. What we want to do is we want to take this split. Is this what it suggested? No, not exactly, but no, we want to do. I could split it. take the first part and then split it again. And we would want to take this. Which part do we want to take? I think somewhere here. Does it repeat multiple times? No, it repeats only once. So we want to take this and take the first part. And this will be JSON. And then from this JSON, this is what we're going to extract. Well, I'm doing some rocket science here. Format, text, and counts ID 0. Yes, so basically we want to do, this is the format, counts, count, JSON, counts 0 comments. Of course, we want to do something like this. And this is what? Number. Oh, no, we don't want to save anything. Number. Okay. This should work. I mean, I haven't tested it yet. I think there should be like a try catch. Situation. Okay. So now that this function is ready, more or less, I think it's time to give it a try and see whether it will actually work. And how do we do this? This is a great question. Let's see. I have a feeling we need to be escaping. Actually, will it work this way if I blog? Okay, so it doesn't work. This needs to be escaped. Encode URI element, I think. Mm-hmm. 02, is that what worked? Yeah, I see. So this is what we need to do here, encode URI component. Path, whoop. Okay, format. Okay, so for now we'll keep this, and then eventually we'll give it a test. Pum pum pum. So I think we'll reach this point, and I think I'm coming to a conclusion that I think we'll continue doing this in the next video. And so basically the next one will be adding the actual counter back here, and it will be quite an improvement from where we're at right now. Let's see if this is working. Oh wow, no, I think 1 second, I need to return back this counter for now. So comment, comment count, no one cares about this. The actual comment is what people care about. So we're bringing this back, returning, normalizing. Is this working? Comments are showing up perfect. Is this more or less mobile friendly? More or less it is. Let's double check. How does this look like? So we basically added comments Q2I, string path. Okay, let's actually just, for the sake of finishing up just a bit, I'll try and test it. Import get comments up from perfect. Find where's the blog slug? table of content. That's not where we want it to be. We want it to be, let's say, somewhere here. Use mem. Is this async? No, it's not async. I wonder if I can do await const comments qty. Await. No, apparently it's not accessible. Can I do use memo? Whoa. And here what we want to do, blog plus slug, I suppose. We need to get, so this is blog post. And how do we get the actual blog slug, article slug, title blog post? I think it's blog post slug. There we go, SEO slug. And let's see, console log qty, and let's see if this will fail or not. Fetch URL, failed to fetch. Why did it fail to fetch? Do we know why did this fail to fetch? Course, of course. It's the course policy that is failing us. So we're making this request, but fail to fetch, cross origin policy. So one approach to do this is like to create an API function in Next.js that will basically do this fetch request. Actually, let's see if we can do this now really quick. Well, this is a little bit of a bummer. I mean, it kind of makes sense that they did what they did. Let's see, revalidate, get, duplicate. And here, what are we doing here is basically we are doing the same request, right? Actually, more specifically, get disqus comment count. Path. So this is the path. This is the response. How do we res JSON? Kind of makes sense. Why is this not assignable? Number. Oh, right, because it needs to be string. Sure. How is this not? I thought it's JSON, so it can be a number. It's not a stateless parameter response type. Oh, right. Sorry, hold up. We don't have a response type. Here we go. Okay. Now we're good. So is there any short name does not exist? Let's say const. Why? What's the complaint? Why are you complaining? Path. String is not assignable. All right. Okay. So what are we doing now? Now we are basically testing if is this how it's supposed to be? Blog. I see. So we need to be doing this. API get count. And then path, I suppose. Path. No, slug. No, we want to do path so it's not confusing. Path. And then the path for this would be, hold up, we need to be opening this in a separate environment. Blog. We don't want to be doing blog. We want to be doing the specific. Yes, of course, this is failing. Path count 0. Okay, so it's a little bit working, a little bit. Okay, ultimate 0. And so let me leave a comment. This is not working. Actually, no. I think let me check. I have some blogs somewhere, blog posts that actually I wrote a comment before. I think Crypto Marketing Manager. I have a feeling here I wrote an amazing. Nope, I was wrong. I was wrong. Community Manager. Maybe here is this where I wrote the comment. So we use our new comments. It didn't. Okay, let's try this. Nice article. And we want to now use our API that we were just wrote to. Okay, so it didn't it didn't work. How to become community manager. How to become community manager. Okay, so comments 1, but here it's comments 0. So what is the problem? So let's output this text. Console log. No, first we'll do text and then we do candidate. Text and then JSON candidate. And now let's look at the logs in here. Send headers, send after there, send. Oh, right. So probably I need to do return. And when I'm doing this, okay, so here's the output candidate. This is JSON candidate. And then here, JSON console log. Let's try again. Okay, so, okay, so counts did not go through because why? Because our path, maybe URL was not. So log. We want to make sure that we actually entering the same URL. So this is the URL that is gonna be evaluated. Counts JSON can. No, so there's some mistake here, right? So what's the difference? We are not sending slash. Or are we? We are sending slash blog. So what is the problem then? how to. So we should not be sending slash. This is. So I guess that's the identifier. And then, so we should not be, should not be sending slash. We need to remove 0 to f. Sending this. No, hold up. Here's the API. So we should not be sending this slash. Yay! Vote count. Sorry, counter is 1. Okay, so this is reassuring. So what we can do here now, this works. We can remove all the comments. Okay, this looks promising. And then here we can just do fetch our, let's say, API. Pretty much we want to do this. Blog post SEO slug API blog plus SEO slug. Okay, this we don't need anymore. Format. Return QTY. Comments QTY. Promise any. This is 1 second. So this is probably going to be text. So we can close this, and we can literally look into what happens here. Let's try fetch locally. Not found. Of course, this is not found. How is this not found? Discuss path. Oh, right. It's a different fetch. How much fetch? Fetch direct. Fetch. HTTP fetch. API. Let's see if we have this HTTP fetch. Here we go. Count 0. So it's already parsed, I suspect. What does it require? 2 arguments? Params. But params should be optional, no? Okay. Count 1, and then we can return count 0 number. There we go. Okay, sounds good. So this is number. That sounds promising. I wonder if I can just insert this into. So I was, I don't think I was completely honest when I said that I will not do comments today. I think we are succeeding at doing it. Maybe not. I'm pretty sure there will be some underwater tricks that we'll have to pull off. If I'll place comments QTY here, didn't help. Use memo. I wonder. Well, technically, I could do something like this. Async. Yeah, probably I don't want to be doing here. It's going to be too tightly coupled. But maybe if I'll do here, Q means QTY, and then I can reuse it down here. Let's say we can do something like this. Comments, and then comments QTY. Comments QTY. Does it work? Promise. This should not be returning a promise. How do I? Use ref. Is that was use ref? No, not use ref. There was some like new React method that I totally forgot how to use. Give me a second. Of course, it is React use fetch, the latest and greatest. Do we even? Oh, wow. Do we even have it in my version of React? Oh, wow, we do. Use, well, no, that's not what I use. Fetch. Nope, I don't think I'm on that latest version of React. To bed. Use memo react async. All right, I think my brain is dying out by now. So this part we want to remove, and then eventually this. Okay, so technically we can. Where's some like async functions that we're calling here? Oh, I know. I know. So instead of getting this information from, I should be able to call this from get server side props. What am I doing? I should be getting this information from get server side props. Lol. Okay, so I'm eye rolling on myself for, don't code while you guys are tired. Okay, so make sure you're well rested, well slept, and it's not like middle of the midnight. So this part, we want to move this completely out of here. Wait a minute here, and we want to move it to get static props. Get static props. Yes, get static props. That's where we want to move it. Redirects. This is where we're fetching a bunch of different things. Get blog posts. Oh, sorry, get static props. Okay, here we go. If redirect doesn't, don't worry about this. And then here we want to fetch number of comments, right? And the way we want to do this is fetch. This is so this is not HTTP fetch. I'm thinking what's the best way of doing this. So technically, this should return information. I wonder if it will work here. 1 second. Let me just. Oh shit. Okay. Import from comments, and here we want to do get static props. Comments QTY, and we are fetching this from where? Yeah, something like this. Is this not satisfactory? Blog post. Why you guys? Why? Oh right. Guess type. There we go. Comments QTY. So here, this comments QTY, this better generate talk console log. Whoops. What just happened? Okay. So now the magic should appear right here in console when I refresh this page. Yes, it kind of worked, almost worked. So this thing worked. So now we need to pass this back to, where are we passing this? Back along with everything else right here. Blog post, some comments Q2Y. I mean, I should have spent a better time thinking through the comments. And then, so this is coming from talk, okay. And this is number. Okay. And boom. Are we gonna have magic here? Is it gonna work? Potentially might be a little bit slower, but okay, comments 1. Nice. And if I go to, let's say we'll go to some other blog post. Let's see if it will fail or not. Comment 0. Maybe so when it's 0, be the first to comment. So, okay, I'm already overkilling it. Comments 1. So 0 looks kind of bad, right? So what we want to do is we want to do be the first to comment, right? So, okay, it's server-side rendered, so I need to definitely like, bro, come on, refresh this page really good. Refresh it real good. But I feel be the first to the comment will be very like 2-line, and I think for it to show up here, we need to also use, instead of question marks, we need to do another. There's a thin difference. Question marks, it means the function completely undefined. Be the first one to come in. Be the first to comment. Maybe this is better. No, meh. No. So what I'll do instead is, if we have comments, then we would do something like this. Or what we will do, pretty much. So, and we'll remove the, which brackets are we removing? Too many brackets here. Okay. Okay, so if comments exist, otherwise it's in, what am I doing? Okay. This is more or less a solution, right? So if I'll go back to previous page that actually has comments, it will show, which page was this? I think this. It will show comments there. Yeah, comments 1. But it doesn't always work out for some reason. I don't know. I mean, it works, but do we have multiple things with name comments? Yeah. Yeah, thanks so much. Make sure, let's see what we've done, what we've accomplished. So I think I can safely remove this API endpoint, so we don't have as much code to commit. So these are some changes that we made. So created this comments function, HTTP fetch. Am I using HTTP fetch? I feel I'm not. HTTP fetch is being unused, so it can be deleted securely. We can use in get static props. Very nice. Let's look at the diff again. Comments Q2Y number. Number. Yeah, this looks quite promising. Looks very promising. Okay, now the key is to run a build and see at the look if we experience an increase in bundle size. Bundle size is quite important. It's building. pages are being built. I'm hard at work. Isn't that how all engineers operate? That's what peak performance looks like. My birthday party was just last weekend, so I got 2 packets of these wonderful gelato. It's not a gelato, it's basically some like sophisticated ice cream. I need to stop. Oh, here we go. Let's see what we got here. Blog. Wow, 164. So if we were to compare I'll commit it and see what happens if it passes the tests. Okay. So the key point to remember here is, where's blog? Blog. So this is the build. Is this the build size? Yeah, this is the build size. Where are we with the build size? Here we go. Slow, how I killed my resume home, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, so this is the average 164. So the way at least I like to do it is just to basically save it like this. Blog 164. And then now we can go back. GC mask. What? Build it again and see what happens with on master on the production branch and whether it makes things better or worse. Hope it doesn't make things worse. It's building. It's water, by the way. Eyes on the prize. Oh, blog. Am I? Okay. Blog 160, so 100. This was the master. Let's go compare it here. How do I it? Okay, 141, 141, 164. So increased it by 2 kilobyte on average. This is the irrelevant is the slug. So we increased it by 2 kilobyte. And the first value is what? Initial load size? Oh, size, and then first load JS. It's still a mystery to me what is the actual difference. But I think it went up by pretty much 2 kilobyte. I think we can live with that, can we? On this exciting note, I'm gonna go ahead and push this to master. And yeah, watch the previous video if you haven't watched how we were adding comment section to the blog with React and with Disqus. Again, I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of Disqus, but give it a try. Maybe in the future we'll be replacing it. If we will be, I will make sure to make a video about it. I'll try. Not going to ask you to follow if you don't want to. Actually, what's the most important part is just ask questions in the comments. I'd like to make sure that this is either educational or entertaining or ideally both. Thank you.